genuinely don't know what has happened in this game all of a sudden. But who are you trying to swing in this delivery? Should have taken him off the corner, but never mind, 'cause it's worked out! Nyland! Eredivisie 0, the Graafschap 1. And number 10's got it. Get in. 3 out of 3. Let's get the treble. Let's get 3 wins. And let's redeem ourselves after what happened last time against Eredivisie. Nyland, Legion, driving. We've got the last few minutes of the game now. He's just going to play the easy ball to Van Beekem. As we see this game out, hopefully, Van Beekem, lovely turn. Brilliant work. Still Van Beekem and still Van Beekem. Our main problem is at the minute, we just can't finish. Van Beekem with another fantastic run. It's ended off the game, and it is Steph Nyland's winner that has got us the victory. But look at the domination in those match packs. Oh my God. Hello everybody and welcome back to another De Graafschap career mode episode. Things are going very, very well for us. As you can see right there, we've crawled ourselves up into second place in the Eredivisie, and only PSV currently are the side that's better than us in the division. We're actually 8 points behind them with I think 7 games to go. 34 games if I remember rightly is how many we play. Yeah, 34. So we actually have only got 7 to go. Top 6 is looking like a, well, I'd say certainty at this point. Top 4 is looking like a possibility. Top 2, well, we'll have to see how today's episode goes for that, because as you can see, we're only a point ahead of AZ Alkmaar. But I think top 6 is already there. Top 4, we are, 6 points ahead of Feyenoord in 5th with 7 games to go. So I'm feeling confident that we can get a top 4 spot. The problem with that is that will get us then continental football, which in turn will mean that I believe, as I said in the last episode, we most likely would be the punching bag of whichever competition that is, Europa League champions. I don't know how it works in the Dutch league, the Eredivisie. I don't know who gets what. I don't know if there's a playoff round or anything like that, so I can't comment for sure. But that's what I'm looking at. So today's plan of action is this jam-packed month, right? We've got only the 1 game to come in May, and then after that, that's that bit done. Which means we've got Groningen first, AZ Alkmaar second, and PSV third today, before we go into the next episode where we'll be seeing FC Emmen and playing the other 3. So 3 games coming your way, Groningen to start it, AZ Alkmaar in the middle, and PSV away to finish. So AZ Alkmaar's game in the second game of today's episode is probably the one that if we want this top 2, we're going to have to win. Admittedly though, I would happily take a top 4. So first up, Groningen. So we'll go into that now, and we'll see if we can get the win in game number 1. And at this point, I'll just take it as it goes. Now we have got a problem. Owusu is suspended for this game. I think he picked up 1 too many yellow cards, which means I could either start Tutorima or we could go Van der Meer. And I think just because we have got some stuff to play with, I think I'm going to go with the youth player here. 5-star weak, but remember Van der Meer can play right back, left back. I just feel that giving him a shot wouldn't be a bad idea for that, though. I'm going to remain the rest of this unchanged. Of course, Patrick, you missed last episode, picked up a serious injury. He's going to be out until possibly the last game of the season, maybe even the rest of the season itself. Until we get more info on that, we do not know. But Boadu has also grown to 75, so he is just continuing his development very, very nicely. Without further ado, though, it's time for the first game. Let's get into it. Let's pick up 3 points and then head into AZ Alkmaar, seeing where we are in that regard. If they drop more points, that could be disastrous for them. We're in the orange kit. I love it. Let's get into it. Alongside this as well tonight, you should also have a My Player Career Mode episode coming out a little bit earlier. It should have gone out yesterday, but I had problems with my internet all day, which led me to having to try and sort it. Couldn't get it done in time, so it's going to have to come out to, well, today when you're watching it. It should have gone yesterday, like I said. There was issues. I've been told that, so hopefully it won't happen again. I'm also trying to work as well at the same time on getting another player career story episode out, but obviously the work that goes into that, I'm going to try and get it out on the Wednesday for you. If not, Thursday is what I'm looking at, but I want to try and get it out on the Wednesday, so I might think of trying to do Wednesday, Saturday as the upload schedule for that. Not quite sure yet. Like I said, I can't pinpoint it because of the work that goes in. This, though, is the Groningen starting 11. And I believe last time we played them, their number 9 had an unbelievable game against us. So, yeah, definitely one to watch. I think it was them. I could be wrong, but I just distinctly remember, can't talk today, that they had, a number 9 in the past has had an unbelievable game against us where they were shooting from all sorts of areas. And I believe it was Groningen, if I remember rightly. So I'll know once we kick off here. So let's get this one underway. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is on the ball now. Yeah, it was him. I'm pretty sure. So that's anything to go by. Might be a bit of a difficult game, this. Van der Meer towards the feet of Bakker. Bakker's got Eljebbli making moves in front of him. Finds Bahoui instead. It's not the pass we wanted. It was supposed to go to him. But Bahoui has somehow made something of this. Is there a good chance, though, in the game for us? Eljebbli found! And Eljebli's going to smash it in the top corner. Tell you what, we made that very, very hard work, didn't we? The pass was on to Eljebbli, but Bakker instead played it to Bahoui, who tried to squeeze it through first time. Bounced back off the defender, straight back into the feet of Bahoui, who drove forward. Easy ball inside. There was actually Boadu and Eljebbli both lining up there. It falls to the latter, and he just places it in the top corner. A lot of power behind it as well. Look at that. Keeper went a little bit early, but there's no stopping that finish. Eljebbli on the score sheet, and I think that might be his 5th or 6th of the season, to be fair to the guy. He's having a pretty good campaign in front of goal when it comes to his overall tally. He has missed a fair few, though, in terms of chances in really good areas. But you can't fault his contribution to the team, let's call it. Now, remember, last time we faced them, we were 1-0 in front. And then that guy up front that I talked about earlier there, number 9, ended up putting one in from the edge of the area after having numerous amounts of shots. So we have been in this position against Groningen before. Can't remember how that game ended, though, so I'm not going to try and pretend that I do. As long as we see this one out, I'll be very happy. Boadu brings the ball under control. Here is Gibbs White. Gibbs White to get it now and look out wide, maybe. It's given away, but the intention was there. There is the cross swung in, and that's the chance, and there's the goal. Not picking up our men, and it looks like it's Van der Meer as well. Getting his full debut for the Graafschap, and he's actually, I don't know if I can blame him for this. He just doesn't pick up his man. It's a great finish by Groningen, to be fair. And that's why I said, didn't I? We've played against them before. We took lead in that game, conceded for 1-1. When this cross is whipped in, yeah, Van der Meer just doesn't follow his man, and it's an easy task in the end. The quality on the finish, though, is very, very good. It's back all square after we have the lead. First time on the volley. The technique is sensational. Worthy of going in the back of the net, but we've got to pick up the men a little bit better than that. That is not great defending. We won't want to see that too often. But we've done it once. We went in front. Can we do it again as Bakker's found? Bahoui now going to make moves for him in front of him. Here is Bahoui. Put it wide. Boadu now in front of him. He finds him. Boadu scored a screamer in the last episode. Trying to keep hold of this ball here. Still got it. Boadu. And still Boadu. Oh my goodness me. He's in the post. He never gives it up. That is one big part of his game, Boadu. He never, ever, ever gives up possession of football. He will work to get it back if he loses it. He fought so hard for the chance, and he's at the post. Actually went through the legs of one of our other players there as well, but so unlucky to not be leading again. Boadu, lovely work. Gets the chance, just can't convert. And that touch isn't great from him. We won't want to see that again. But, man, we should have been 2-1 up. I mean, Sherpens had to save it from about 25 yards. I don't know how that's caused us problems, as the half-time whistle is nearly here, and we've got defending to do. Don't let them score now. There is the half-time whistle. I tell you what, that first half there, we have definitely had the better chances, but I don't feel like we've dominated. So 1-1 actually seems a fair result, but then when you consider we did just hit the post, it could have been more. And I did have a look as well just to see what score it ended last time we faced Groningen. It actually was a 1-1 draw full time. So not a new scoreline to either one of these two teams in this game, because it is the other game that we played against them earlier on in the season, ended the same way. Gibbs White. Bakker! Oh, you've got to do better in that position. Patrick would have smashed that in the corner. Bakker's finished there. Not enough accuracy, really. Brilliant control from Boadu. To find Bergzorg now. Bergzorg still. Bergzorg dinks it. Eljebbli! Oh, that is brilliant! His second of the match. The Graafschap back in front. And what a finish it is. We talked about their technique for their equaliser. I said about unbelievable finish. Well, how about the technique on this one then from Eljebbli? 30 minutes to go. We are 2-1 in front. What a finish. Look at this. The ball into Bergzorg's feet. Just stops it. Just chips it in the middle and says, there you go, Eljebbli, mate. Put your foot on that one. Top corner, top class. Eljebbli, a brace for him in the game. And even if Boadu isn't on the score sheet, we've got Eljebbli doing it. Look at that. Theirs was good. That was even better, in my opinion. But, of course, I am biased with us being the Graafschap. But, hey, listen, I'll take that. Lejean. Gibbs White. Back towards Lejean. Lejean up to Van Meekem. Keeps the ball in play. Nearly ran out, actually, that. As we are into the last minute of the 90. Gibbs White to Benchop. Benchop, ball under control. Fake shots. Continues. And that should do it then, as we misplaced the pass. But it would have been offside anyway. A 2-1 victory against Groningen. I'm happy with that, because I genuinely thought we were going to draw against them again. But Eredivisie's brace gets us the 3 points. A very, very, very good finish for his second as well. Okay, so I just did a boo-boo because I thought I was recording. I went on this massive, talk as to how we were going to bring in Ravel Morrison, reignite his career and all this other stuff, and then I realised I hadn't even pressed record. I just want to slap myself in the face. Right, back to the... I'm gonna do the speech again, okay? Ravel Morrison, let me take you through how it works. I was like, I found a player that I want to bring in on a pre-contract, once described as the next big thing for English football. He's a product of the Man United Youth Academy. Big Sam called him the biggest waste of talent that he's worked with when he was at West Ham United. Since then, his career's gone downhill a little bit. Last played at Lazio. Then he went to Ostersunds, of course. He was available on a pre-contract. We've decided to go ahead and pick him up. It was a longer speech than that, but that's the condensed way that I did it. He's coming in for next season on a contract of £8,300 a week. So he is our first pre-contract signing for next year. I'm excited because he's a player maybe that, yes, he's probably better than the team we've currently got, but a lot of people have just brushed him to the side and said he's never going to get there, in his potential-wise. Ravel Morrison's in. Will he be a standout player for the Graafschap next season? Time will tell. But for the cheap price of £8,000 a week on a contract for 4 years, I'm quite happy, because what it does mean, I think he's about 70-something rated. We can sell him if it goes wrong, We've got that backup option, so I'll be pretty happy with that, to be fair. And the second and final pre-contract signing I'm looking at is this man, Zardez, the American. He's playing for Columbus Crew. I think he once played at LA Galaxy, if I remember rightly. He was in the journey, of course, and he is available as well on a pre-contract. The question is, how much is he going to want, though? It will be 2 fresh faces for next year. And, of course, what it does mean is that we could get rid of Benchop, because we'd have Boadu as our starter, and we'd have Zardez as the backup to him. He is 27 now, so he is, pretty much in his prime, if you will. 3-year contract, I think he's okay up to the age of 30. He's happy with that. Again, is he going to see the journey that we're putting on here? £6.5 million release clause. Not too worried with that one, because I think, again, he's about 70 rated. So it's about what his value is. He wants 10 goal bonus. I'm going to counter that, remove the bonus, and give him an extra little bit on top of the wages he's currently getting. 7.3 should do it. And that should be it then for our pre-contracts. It is £7,300 on to Zardez. He is the second pre-contract and the last one that we're going to do here, as we've got Ravel Morrison in for next year and Zardez in for next year. 2 very good new additions to the team. I am extremely happy with both of them. And it's time for AZ Alkmaar. I have had to swap around the team a little bit, but some good news is that we have 3 points ahead of them going into this game, but they do have a better goal difference than us. So a draw would keep it the same. We would still be second place. I've had to swap around the team, though. Baka, Vet, and Nyland in the midfield, which means Eredivisie's come out, and so has Gibbs White. Van Meekem also starting in place of Bahoui. What it does mean, of course, with Ravel Morrison coming in for next year, is that Eredivisie is now fighting for his place, because Gibbs White is going to be alongside Patrick once we have everybody fully fit. Those two are going to lock down the central midfield areas. And in Cam, it's probably going to be between Eredivisie and between Ravel Morrison to decide who starts up there. Of course, Zardez will have a big task trying to get ahead of Boadu, because the guy is just brilliant for us. Nevertheless, let's jump into game number 2 and see if we can continue our good run of form. I'm actually not sure when the last time is that we actually were defeated. I'm going to check that after this game. I know, of course, we simmed a few recently, so that could be the reason why we lost one maybe in the near future, but in the past, sorry. But I believe that we are actually doing pretty well in terms of unbeatenness. Is that a word? Unbeatenness? I guess. Anyway, let's jump into game. Meyer up towards his number 9. Looking for the turn as well. Really good defending from Straumann. Just stood off him and said, you make your move and I'll just follow it. He was one-on-one as well for the first time tonight, so that was good defending from him. Had to make it, and he did. And all of a sudden, now we're on the back foot a little bit, but we now get some possession. Can we create a chance from it, though, is the question. Gonna have to go back to Owusu. Just keep hold of the ball here, as Baka's gonna find it. Now Vet. Like I said, not an ideal midfield 3, but it's gonna have to work tonight for us if we want a result. Boadu found. Really nicely done. Vet's in now as well. It's actually Baka, sorry! And Baka has put it in the back of the net! Bakker doing back things. The Graafschap won. AZ Alkmaar 0, and what a move it was to get us the goal. Whew. Attack-minded football was what the board wanted. Well, they've got that this season. Fantastic play again. And I tell you what, there was a little bit of pressure starting to creep in us there, so it was really, really good to get back up the other end and craft the chance. And Bakker just keeps composure. Slots it in the bottom corner. Easy as you like. Bergzorg carries forward still and runs into danger, but he wins it straight back. Unbelievable from Bergzorg, slipping it through to Boadu, and it's just too much on the pass. Crying out loud. This is what I mean. We should be 2-0 up now, and we should have killed this game off, and we should be heading into the break feeling very confident about things. Instead, it's only the 1. Boadu tried to set Van Meekem away. He saw the run, but it's not quite worked. And here is Bergzorg. Boadu again. Gibbs White. Van Meekem. Much better from us. Van Meekem to finish off the game. He's come back off the post. Oh, he's cleared off the line. Oh, my goodness me. Why can't we find this second goal? Oh, don't even tell me that they're going to bring this back now. If we end up drawing this, I'll be angry with myself, because that's unbelievable how we haven't scored. Like I said, we've had to do more defending in this game than I think I've done in the last sort of 5. AZ Alkmaar really pushing for an equaliser. It's just they're not finding that final cross because we're defending it so well. But the fact of the matter is there, we hit the post with Van Meekem. And then Boadu, I think it was, with a follow-up. It's cleared off the line. That's not a great pass as Boadu picks it up. But he's got nowhere really to go with this other than try and just hold on to it for the run of Bergzorg, who's running on empty at the moment. His stamina bar isn't that full. Here is Boadu again. Towards El-Jebli. El-Jebli just towards Van Meekem. Lovely stuff again. Oh, he's missed it from there. Van Meekem, you are having my life right now. Change Bahui on. Oh, how has he missed this? How has he missed it? Oh, my God. That's what I mean, man. Finish these chances off and we go 2 in front. That's the game done. Got 9 minutes to hold on to this. It's not the pass I wanted because El-Jebli was available, but instead he tried to play Van Meekem and lost ball in the process. More defending for the Graafschap to do. Seconds away from ending off this one. It would be a massive win, and there it is. 1-0 victors. It should have been so much more, though. The chances we had tonight to kill this game off. We didn't take them. Oh, man. Anyway, I said it earlier. I mean, look at those match facts. I think if you look at this right now, as Ajax are beaten again, this time by Willem II, who I believe are at least in the bottom 3. Oh, Ajax are having a stinker of a season. Going back to my point, I think if we look at it this way, and you look at the table from next year, PSV, Ajax, Feyenoord, they're the top 3, and I think we would arguably be the 4th best side in the league. Even then, the results we've had against Feyenoord and Ajax have been sensational as well. So, I don't know, I don't know how this is going to look next year. For the most part, though, that's our job done. Over to PSV to win. And at the minute, we're still 5 behind them. But, of course, a win for them would take it to 8. But we actually play them in the final game today, so we could still pull it back. Top 4, though, 9 points ahead of Feyenoord. They've got a game in hand. If they win that, it'll be 7 ahead of Ajax. Okay, 3rd and final game coming your way. And as you can see right here, we actually can move the gap even further because PSV did win, okay? So they go back to 8 points clear. They're entitled to lose by 100%. If we beat them here, that will take it to 5 behind them. So if we also win, we will go 6 ahead of Feyenoord and AZ Alkmaar, and we will go 10 ahead of Ajax. Top 4 is a real possibility after today. PSV to play. How did it finish last time we faced off against them? Let me take a quick look at that. I believe we ended up losing, didn't we? 2-1, but we played really well in the game and could have easily got a result out of it. So if that's anything to go by, we'll give them another tough test. I'm very hopeful of that. Yeah, we lost 2-1 after giving them a tough game. Hit the bar a couple of times, well, if I remember. So yeah, let's get into it. Worst case scenario, we lose. We'll still be 3 ahead of 3rd and 4th. And we will be probably about 5 or 6 ahead of Ajax. No, it'd be 7. I can't remember off the top of my head. But just avoid defeat and it should be okay. Avoid defeat is hard, though, against PSV, who are running away with the league by the looks of this. Having said that, win this. We're 5 points behind them, 4 games to go. And what I've just realised, actually, is we've been taking this slow, taking it game by game and just saying whatever happens, happens. But if we beat PSV now and would have beaten them in the game we played against them when we actually should have got a result and where we lost 2-1, we could have actually been top, Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're not even in the top 5 for goals. We've scored significantly less. We just conceded less as well. Oh, man. That just popped into my head, that thought. And it actually is a very good point. In which case, we've still got to focus. Because there's no denying PSV are the best side in the league. Now, if we do win this game, it means that the last episode of Season 1, which is coming out next episode, will be an absolute banger. Because it could well be us fighting for the title. Which, if you'd have said at the start, I'd have told you were crazy. But that could be the way we find ourselves. PSV's line up there on the screen. Without further ado, the final game of the penultimate episode of the season is upon us. Yeah, I don't even want to think about winning this game. I don't even want to think about it. We'll just focus up and, like I always say, whatever happens, happens. Ep11, Gibbs White. Oh, man, look at the space for Bergzorg because he's going to carry. No, it's a poor first touch from Bergzorg. Bergzorg. I think we need an improvement, let's say, on him. I still think he'll be in the team next season. That's a poor pass away, giving the ball away cheaply here. Ep11 to Bahoui. Bahoui just to swing it in towards the near post. It's gone all the way through, actually. And it's caused a problem. Bergzorg heard me say we might have to think about a replacement because he's just smashed one towards Zoe and he's caused problems. Bahoui swings in another delivery. This time it's headed out. Gibbs White to put it back into the danger area, though. Rosario plays it back. And PSV survive. Early chance, though, for us. Bit of a problem now. PSV creating. Lozano, not a great pass though. Lovren 6 in from right back has picked it up and done very well actually to get us out. But then we've lost it straight away. And this is where PSV pose the threat as Sherpin is required. 22 minutes into the game and they threaten. That is how good they can be. Look how quickly they turn that attack into it, by the way, as Angelino ball rolls to get inside the area. Good defending from Van der Pavert though. Gets us a goal kick. But you saw the threat that PSV possess. It took literally, what? 3 passes and a win back and they were in, and it's not a great showcase of us defensively, but Lovren 6 to carry, and again, final ball, ladies and gentlemen. Lozano, good ball, really good work, and that should be them in front. Oh man, Lozano has put it wide. Woo! I thought that was surely going to be 1-0. I tell you what, it feels like we're playing the raid boss. You know, when you go through a game, when you're just plodding along happily and then the raid boss turns up. That's what it feels like when we're playing PSV here. They do feel a lot better than some of the other sides we face in this Eredivisie season, which is probably why they're top of the league. Let's not deny that, okay? They are up there for a reason. It's not like they're a bad team. Owusu picks it up. But it has been fairly end-to-end, you know. We have had our chances too. As Bergzorg misplaced the pass before half-time. And that is going to do it for half-time. 0-0 at the break. You know what? I'd probably take a 0-0. You sense it's only a matter of time for the goal, though, and PSV building on the edge of our area. Not a great pass, but Lovren 6 can't control it. It's bouncing around our box here. Deflected. It's going to be a free corner ball because I can't get near it. No, Bakker actually does get there. He puts it out for a throw. But did you see the way, by the way, that my player was kind of running not straight towards that one? Don't know. Another cross is swung in. Straumann will get there. It's flicked down. Hendricks now. 1-2. Sherpin with a big left hand. I'm telling you, PSV look like the team who are going to get this goal. It's survival mode right now for us here. And we're struggling to even do that. Corner swung in. Sherpin gets something on it, but it is another corner. How long will we survive? 23 minutes left of the game. Too long is what I'm going to say for the time left. As another corner's put in. Sherpin decides not to come for it. And Hendricks puts it out. Well, last few minutes to play and there's really been only one team in this game. Unless we can steal it back, which Nyland has done. Hold on a moment because this would be completely against the run of play. Nyland's ball to Boadu. Boadu trying to work the space to maybe get the shot away. He's so isolated up there when we won that ball back that there was no real opportunity for him. And that just shows you there's really only been PSV in this game. If anybody was deserving to win it, it would have been them. Sherpin has made a string of very good saves and we've had to basically survive for large portions of the game, and it's still not done yet, as we are into the last minute here. Don't concede in the last minute. Owusu, just play it back easy to Sherpin, who can clear his lines, and that will do it. PSV 0, Graafschap 0. And we will pick up some points against them this season, even if it is only the single point. But it's still a point gained rather than anything lost, and it does help us on our quest to securing the top 2. It does mean, though, that the gap stays at 8. And it very much seems like PSV will be lifting the title come the end of the season. Look at those match facts. I told you there was really only one team in it. 9 shots for PSV to our 3. But I'm sure once we get to build a side together, we can challenge them when it comes to the title. You know, it was just a frustrating game that. 4 games remain now for us. 8 points ahead PSV. For us, it's about securing top 2. We're 4 points ahead of Feyenoord and AZ Alkmaar. And even further ahead of Ajax in 5th. I think the top 4 is already ours. But now we just want the top 2 because we're here. And I feel that we can, in fact, get it. But for now, my friends, that is going to do it for today's episode. The penultimate episode of Season 1 here with the Graafschap. Of course, we'll be back next time out for games against Venlo, Ajax, and Vitesse as we try and see the season out with a sim game in the middle against FC Emmen. Are we going to secure top 2 is the question mark. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go the next episode, but I'm feeling pretty confident. Let's just say that. I'm not sure who can be player of this episode either because nobody really stood out. Eredivisie had a great first game. Since then, though, I feel like Baka got the goal that won us the game in Game 2. We didn't necessarily play unbelievably in Game 3 there against PSV. You know what? Player of the episode, I'm going to put 2 up there. I'm going to give you Eredivisie or Sherpen. Sherpen purely for that game against PSV where he made a string of very good saves. And Eredivisie for his performance in Game 1. So they're the 2 players on offer for player of the episode for this one. But that is going to do it. So, I'll catch you all again for the finale of Season 1 in the Eredivisie, where we will try and secure the top 2 very, very soon. If you have enjoyed today's episode, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you are new around here, like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. And I'll catch you all again later. Adios.